The governor of Florida and Republican presidential candidate, Ron DeSantis, has defended his decision to ban pro-Palestinian groups from colleges in the state. He rejected claims by his 2024 rival, Vivek Ramaswamy, that these restrictions were a violation of free speech rights and called them a shameful political ploy and utter hypocrisy. DeSantis clarified in an interview on NBC's Meet the Press that this was not an example of cancel culture. He argued that pro-Palestinian groups on state campuses had associated themselves with Hamas, the militant group, following a recent attack. He stated that these groups had themselves said in the aftermath of the Hamas attack that they don't just stand in solidarity, that they are part of this Hamas movement. Last week, DeSantis ordered 2 state universities to deactivate chapters of Students for Justice in Palestine, claiming that they had violated state laws prohibiting anti-Semitism. On Sunday, he reiterated his justification for these measures, stating that providing material support to terrorism is not protected under the First Amendment. He argued that once these groups align themselves with Hamas, they are engaging in activities outside the realm of normalcy and action must be taken within the boundaries of the law. DeSantis's comments come amidst a backdrop of increasing public protests in the U.S., particularly on college campuses, against the ongoing Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories and the military campaign against Hamas. The protests aim to draw attention to the situation and advocate for justice. The University of Florida chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine criticized DeSantis for undermining free speech rights by attempting to deactivate its chapters. They called his actions disgraceful and accused him of disrespecting American values such as freedom of speech. The chancellor of Florida's university system, Ray Rodriguez, supported DeSantis's decision and stated that the pro-Palestinian student group had described the attack on Israel as the resistance and had identified themselves as part of the movement. He argued that this violated state law and constituted support for a designated foreign terrorist organization. DeSantis also addressed criticism that he had not shown sufficient opposition to neo-Nazi protests in the state, unlike Florida Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. He dismissed these claims as attempts to create a false narrative and gain attention, stating that it was nonsense and should not be given any credibility.